I know he just died.
Yeah, and he says he died.
So he's related? Is he related to Don DeLandis?
Maybe he could fill in for him. I don't know if Don Duck knows anything about bass playing.
Yeah, I like the Blues Brothers. I like those the movies.
I don't think I've seen it all the way through.
Really? You're crazy. Mm-hmm. The albums are really good too. The albums are they just do covers of these,
the good like old rock
blues
60s,
standards.
Yeah. The not Temptation. What am I thinking of? What are those guys? The Spinners? Is that one of the bands?
Well, they're one of those Motown. The Spinners are like a Motown.
Yeah. Oh, Don was a bass player in the 70s. He says that's kind of cool.
Oh, I was a baby in the 70s.
I too was a baby. Don, did you play? Did you play with anybody famous we might know? Let us know, and we'll be impressed, or not. Depends. As long as it's not country music.
You know what? I've gotten a tolerance or a respect. I would say a mutual respect for country music. I used to not like it at all.
Well, it's kind of changed. It's not really country anymore. Now it's kind of pop. They don't. You know how country used to be. It used to be really country-ish, twangy, and now they've kind of. It's almost pop rock. You know.
Well, I like the old. I mean, I listen to some of the old country, like the Johnny Cash, some old stuff. Hank Williams, a little bit of Hank Williams, a little bit of Patsy Cline, but not much. Like,
yeah, I've never.
Some of the more poppy stuff. There is some stuff I do enjoy. Like I like the Alan Jackson song "Itty Bitty," which is kind of funny. It's kind of a cute song.
Don says modern country is like rock with nasal singing. You could be a country star, Lenny.
I could. I would do. I think I would be.
That would be funny. Some of the modern stuff I do like. I kind of like Garth Brooks. There's a lot of Garth Brooks songs I liked.
Do you like wearing a cowboy hat for no reason whatsoever?
Do you remember? I'm sure you've had this when you were on the cruiser. If you pull into somewhere, there's always like a couple of those guys. They get off and they got to put their cowboy hat on and the big belt buckle and the cowboy boots and go off into Europe or wherever we are and walk around and just say, I do not fit in. Please look at me.
I'm American.
I'm American, and I'm a cowboy.
Look, you know what? Oh man, I don't know.
You didn't have guys like that?
Well, as you started describing that, there was a familiar thing to it, but I can't.
I mean, I didn't know anybody in particular.
But we spent most of the time in South America, so I don't know.
But they have cowboys in South America?
Yeah, gauchos in South America.
Is that the thing you wear over you? It's like a blanket?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think I'd have to say yeah. If I were to guess, I'd say
there's always at least one of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a sore thumb walking around.
I'm a cowboy.
Speaking of South America, you know that you've been to one of those Brazilian steakhouses, right?
Yeah, I like Brazilian steakhouses.
Now, is that the deal where they bring around all kinds of food, or is it just
your meat? They give you they bring your meat till you
drop. Is that how a Brazilian steakhouse works?
Yeah.
Okay, because there's one here in Colombia that I want to try out.
When I was in Brazil, I don't think I ate any steak at all.
Really?
I think I had sushi.
Sushi in Brazil?
Yeah. Oh man, they love the sushi in Brazil.
You can get sushi anywhere. I ate sushi in France. I don't know what I was thinking.
I had sushi in Miami on Christmas one day when I was in the Navy.
It was Thanksgiving.
Worst Christmas ever.
Thanksgiving dinner. I had Chinese food in France.
Oh wow!
Yeah, talk about crazy. Yeah, Chinese food in France for Thanksgiving dinner. That was
good. Is it good Chinese? I mean, I like Chinese.
No, it wasn't
but I don't
good.
really like Chinese food is Chinese food.
Yeah, Chinese food is Chinese food. It was kind of like along the line of the mall panda thing.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't good. No. It was. I can't believe we were in France and we were eating crappy Chinese food.
Yeah.
Because of all the good food there. I mean, France has got amazing food, but
oh yeah,
Chinese is not one of them. No. So, so like I said, I did the fireworks and very very good show. So next year I'm gonna put some more money into it and be a little bit bigger. Go a little bit,
Nice.
put it over the top. Maybe have a couple tubes going so I can, because this time I had the one tube and I'd put the thing in and then roll the fuse and then light it and then wait. Boom, and, there's a minute or two in between each one. So if I can have multiple tubes ready and get everything laid out, maybe I'll get some money or not money, get some music. Just to what do they call that when they synchronize the music with it? And I'll get it'd be crazy.
Wow.
I'll be famous.
You'll be like that dude who does the house thing, in the Christmas time. They set their houses up with
the neighbors,
lights, and you could be that guy.
Yeah, well, for my neighborhood, yeah. Well, I could do Christmas lights here because nobody really. I mean, they do. Some houses do Christmas lights, but nobody does. Nobody I've seen does a crazy. You remember in California, San Diego, how some houses were just insane.
Yeah. Well, hey, speaking of San Diego, did you see that they blew up all their stuff all at once? And
I saw that.
It's like there's some sort of malfunction.
Yeah, and then they just said show's canceled.
All the fireworks went off like within 58 seconds.
Yeah, and then they just said show's canceled.
That was it
because they were done. They were out of fireworks, and everybody's like, "What do we do now?"
Yeah, we were like, "Wow, that's amazing. What are they going to do next?"
Yeah, I can't wait for the grand finale.
There was no next.
Yeah, I guess the detonator or whatever they used to set them off with was miswired or something. What a fiasco! You can imagine being the people that paid for the show and to have it over in under a minute.
That would be awful.
Like
I guess it'd be the city who did it,
yeah,
right?
I wonder if they get their money back, or I'm sure there's some sort of contract with that.
I don't know. This would seem kind of weird. It's kind of a dangerous thing.
Yeah, fireworks are always dangerous. Just remember, if you have a firecracker, don't close your hand around it. Keep it open. You might just get a little surface burn. If you close your hand, it's going to blow your fingers off.
Oh, is that the rules?
Well, that's
why are you lighting it off in your hand anyways?
Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't light it off in your hand. But if you do, just don't do that.
Stop.
Yeah, stop. I used to blow things up with them.
I think if you're lighting off fireworks in your hands, I think you should go.
You deserve to lose some fingers.
Yeah, drink some Drano. Or
do you ever see somebody with missing fingers, something like that, and you wonder what happened?
Well, if I don't know that they're some sort of farmer types, I was like, dude, what happened to you? I mean,
I would never ask. I never ask, but I always wonder.
Never ask?
Yeah, I never ask. Well, there's a guy. There's a guy in Connecticut on the sub base. He was I can talk about this because it's public knowledge. I don't think it's so embarrassing. But
the submarine base.
The submarine base. No, but he was the VA rep for the area, and he maybe had like one or two fingers in each hand.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but on the wall there in his office, he had his Purple Heart, and I don't know if he had Silver Star, Bronze Star, whatever it was, and the write up on it was basically he had thrown himself on like a grenade I think twice, and that's where he lost all his stuff. Yeah, I think he had thrown himself on one and then picked up another one and threw it, and it blew up in his. I mean, it was like crazy. I'm like, holy cow, what are you doing? He was in Vietnam.
Oh. Run from that.
Yeah.
You're not.
Obviously, he didn't see the hardships and the brutal things we saw in the early days of the Gulf War when we were in Lenny. But
oh man,
yeah.
So I get the sacrifice thing, but man, I mean,
yeah, it's rough.
Everybody break for it. Everybody run.
I guess there's not enough time for that kind of thing,
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've never thrown a grenade.
I have not thrown one or thrown myself on
literally,
one.
I have metaphorically.
Yeah.
Just metaphorically.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't. I guess you don't know until you're there. Like, what do you sit there and think? Okay, should I throw myself on it? Run. Throw myself. Run. Boom.
Well, I know it's going to be like
it's going to be instantaneous. There's no time to think.
Yeah.
And Yeah.
And it'd be run.
It would be run for you.
Yeah, run. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
I don't know. It's a
I got
tough
10
one.
fingers. I got 10 fingers.
10 fingers,
What's he
10
got?
toes.
What's he got? He's got less than I have on one hand.
Yeah, but that's what makes heroes, right?
Well, no. The funny thing is that the whole Purple Heart thing. That I believe it was Napoleon who
Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Use the full name. Yeah.
Napoleon who came up with the medals and
wearing medals.
Wearing medals and
Could've
stuff.
been.
And that it's a I wouldn't say it's propaganda or
incentive.
conspiracy.
It's an incentive.
It's an incentive. So you get these little piece of ribbon, and
but it's symbolic of something great,
right? But you have people throwing themselves on grenades.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't think people do that for the medals, though.
In a country, I
don't think they do it for a medal. I mean,
no, they don't. That in that case, obviously, was not. That was to save their friends' lives.
Yeah.
But he's talking about the Purple Heart and whatnot and stuff.
I think George Washington invented the Purple Heart. And
I don't think so.
No, I think he did. I think he's the one that
he's on the Purple Heart.
He's on the Purple Heart, and I think it's because he came up with it, or it came about during his reign as
reign.
Well, I don't think it was when he was president. I think it was when he was general.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. We can look that up. Somebody look that up and get back to us on that one. I think it was George Washington. One of his minions probably. He took credit for it.
No, that's not.
All right. Well, when did it come about?
It was first awarded in 1932.
The Purple Heart, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's.
But it was. But you were eligible for it. For those who were wounded or killed while serving on or after April 5th, 1917.
Well, why is George Washington on it?
Oh, he's the father of our country.
So? He
Uh-huh.
didn't get wounded, did he?
I don't know.
He had bad teeth.
I read part of 1776. I didn't.
I'm waiting for the movie. Yeah.
Wait for the movie.
Yeah.
You're ready for what happens there at the end.
I know. It's the same thing with that Kennedy thing. I'm just dying to find out what happens.
Yeah, it's the boy. You read 1776, and boy, the Americans were sucking. It was like, no way, this isn't going to work at all. They just keep getting beat left and right.
Well, yeah, you're fighting a huge army that far superior.
Right, the number one army ever
Yeah.
up to that point.
Yeah. So, guess we beat them though. That's what I don't know. Spoiler alert, but.
Spoiler alert! Did we win?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I was watching. What were we watching the other day? Might have been a Civil War show. And you thought in the Revolutionary War, there's a lot of guerrilla warfare where they hid behind the rocks and trees and everything, and a lot of ambushes.
Right.
Here we got Don. Don has answered my question. Thank you, Don. In the chat room here, he says the Purple Heart Medal was created by General George Washington during the American Revolution, 1776 to 1783.
What?
That's what Don said, and I thought I had heard that. No, I'm sure he found that in the internet. He's got it in quotes. So that's off the internet, so that's true, Lenny. That's true.
Yeah.
There's no arguing that one. Yeah, I had heard. Maybe it wasn't officially commissioned for wearing or something like that, but yeah, I'd heard he'd come up with that one. Who knows? But anyway, back the Civil War thing. Okay, so the Revolutionary War, we basically won because we didn't stand there in a line like a bunch of idiots and just wait to be shot. Right?
Run at it, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of hid behind rocks, and we were smart, like the way they do it now. Now, I was watching a movie about this is like a documentary about the Civil War.
So I had the real footage, actual footage.
There's a lot of home movies, that type of thing. Yeah, and they were doing the same thing again. They were all lined up.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I think it was about. I'm trying to think what the show was about. I want to say it was about Robert E. Lee.